Chrysalis's throne is carved from an ancient dark stone that soaks up outside magic the same way changelings soak up love. It's how she keeps the hive safe.
This throne. If we get into the hive and destroy it, can we get our magic back?
Yeah, I'm not buying it. Hey everypony, I'm Dulcet Tone, the Pony of Harmonics, and welcome back to the season finale episode of Headcanon. I want to talk today about the Changeling Kingdom, and similarly, the Crystal Empire. In the second half of the Season 6 finale, we see a detailed view of the Changeling Hive, a palace of living rock that reaches high into the air. If you compare that with the silhouette of the Crystal Empire, they look rather similar at first glance, don't they? Well, their similarities aren't just aesthetic. Thorax explains how a magic-absorbing dark stone carved into a throne protects them from all except changeling magic, and that leaves me to believe one thing. Chrysalis can't tell the truth about anything, not even to her own subjects. Let me put it this way, why would a stone absorb magic from that distance away? In addition, why would destroying the stone change anything? Look at the throne room. There was an explosion, but some of the rubble should have been the throne. If it was just the stone itself that soaked up magic, none of the ponies would have been able to use magic that close to the rubble. This wasn't a rock. This was a magical artifact that, once destroyed, no longer had the power to absorb magic. Of course, this wouldn't be a headcanon episode if I ended it right there. Let's think about another artifact that does something similar, the Crystal Heart. Remember the premiere when it shattered and immediately the world's weather started affecting it? The heart itself is also a magical mechanism. So let's look at these side by side. The Crystal Heart is a magical device that projects a field that absorbs all negative weather effects within a couple of miles radius from its center. It is powered by the love of all the crystal ponies, which is given freely through crystallings, which infuse the heart with power and in turn recrystallizes the ponies. The Changeling Throne is a magical device that projects a field that absorbs all magic effects within a couple miles radius of its center. Though we don't know what powers it, we see that an excessive outpouring of love can overload it if it's been damaged. So we can assume it's either powered by love or weakened by it. However, it wouldn't make sense for it to be weakened by love, the food source of the changelings. Both of these ancient artifacts are powered by love, yet their functions are diametrically opposed. Do you see what I'm getting at? What if these are yin and yang? Oh, har har. If you think about it, both of these would cancel each other out if they were in the presence of each other. A perfect zone where weather and magic aren't affected. Effectively a safe space from anything that the planet could throw at them. The question is, why would it be split apart? And here's where the lore comes in. Let's say, long ago, an ancient society of ponies found this crystal stone. In the then untamed world of Equestria, they were safe from the weather and outside magic while in range of the crystal stone. However, within the stone, unicorns couldn't use magic and Pegasi couldn't fly. Disagreements came about regarding safety versus sacrifice, and once it was discovered how the crystal stone worked, 3 factions were formed. The first faction wished to be safe against weather more than their enemies, as long as they had their magic to defend them. The second faction wished to be safe against magic more than the weather, as they had tougher hides to adapt to the adversity. The third was a minority, and wanted to stay as is, or have no part of one or the other. The crystal stone was divided into its separate pieces. The first faction settled in the north, eventually becoming the Crystal Ponies of the Empire. The second faction settled in the south, becoming the Changeling Kingdom. The third became the ponies that founded Equestria. Now some of you might be going, wait, what? Ponies can become changelings? How? Well, the answer can be seen in how the Crystal Heart behaves. The Crystal Ponies have surrounded this thing for millennia on end, and every so often the ponies recrystallize with pulses of energy released by the Crystal Heart. In addition, normal ponies become crystal for a short time. After long-term exposure to this artifact, which is now essentially unbalanced without its other half, the ponies mutated and evolved into crystal ponies. The other ponies would have mutated as well. Because of their lack of protection to the elements, they would have had to develop thicker skins that eventually turned into exoskeletons. In addition, it's very strange and coincidental that this stone would have one singular type of magic that it cannot absorb. I believe they developed this magic after exposure to the stone for long periods of time, as all other forms would have been drained away. Instead of the crystal ponies, which relied on the heart, and thus themselves as a group to power it, the changelings relied on themselves, secluded when enduring the harsh conditions, and began needing the love to survive, just as much as the stone does. These two parts of a whole, unbalanced and unchecked in their effects, changed the ponies that lived around them into crystal and changeling. While the crystalling made the empire unique, the changelings became the same, losing their identity until they could change using a magic that would work inside of the field. At least that's my headcanon. This brings the season finale to a close, and begins the hiatus. But don't think I'm going to enter hibernation while this is going on. I still have plenty of videos to make, even some more on the finale. But before that, I've got my Halloween special and my 500 sub special as well. Make sure to subscribe, because you don't want to miss what's happening next. I'm Dulcet Tone, and always keep theorizing. You just might wind up right. Thanks for watching.